night I stepped in a beer joint where lonely souls abide.
Hello, my name is Milan. I'm 91 years of age, but I'm not old yet. Because of programs like this and staying at Episcopal Homes. And I wanted to be in Minnesota all my life, although I didn't realize it. When I was 6 years old, I was fishing with my mother and my Uncle Joe and my Aunt Betty, and we were all on a rowboat and fishing in a little lake outside of Chicago. And they were all catching fish, and I couldn't catch one fish. They'd give me their pole and use the same bait, and I never caught a fish. And suddenly I got a perch about 4 inches long, and I'll never forget that moment for the rest of my life. And it turned me into a fisherman, which I've been all my life. As years went on, when I was about 10 or 11, I used to go to the library and read all the sporting goods magazines, Outdoor Life, Sports Field, Field and Stream. And I'd pour over them and read every article. And one day I read an article about a guy named Ray Bergman, who was the fishing editor of Outdoor Life. And he was describing a trip he took to Deer Lake in northern Minnesota. It's near a little dinky town called Deer River, and it's exactly 13 miles from Grand Rapids. And I fell in love with that story. I cut it out of the magazine without the library, you know it. And I used to read it over and over and over again. And what I discovered is that I could get all these brochures from resorts, and I could get free catalogs. At that time, postcards were a penny a piece, and I used to buy them 50 to a pack. And I had a big box full of all these brochures and catalogs, and I used to spend hours in the basement just looking at them. And as the years went on, I was looking for a college to go to, and I wanted to go to a college that was a little bit more disciplined than the schools in Chicago. And I decided on 3 schools: Loras in Dubuque, and Creighton in Omaha, Nebraska, and St. John's in Collegeville, Minnesota. And it took me about, maybe a fifth of a second to pick St. John's, because there was a lake on campus. And I could fish all I wanted to. So I went to St. John, finally got my degree, fished all I wanted to all the time. And as the years went by, I found myself working in Chicago and met this young lady. And I found out in our relationship that she was from Excelsior, Minnesota. And her parents lived on St. Albans Bay in Lake Minnetonka. I don't know what that had, if it had any influence in my marrying her. Anyhow, as the years went on, we moved to different parts of the country, and we spent every vacation or time off at Excelsior, Minnesota. And one day when I was working in Chicago, we were getting ready to come to Excelsior. And I thought to myself, we always look forward to going to Minnesota in our spare time. I said, why the hell don't we move there? So we did. And I spent 12 very nice years here before we moved again to a different place, to Chicago, as a matter of fact. And we stayed in Chicago until I moved back here in the year 2000, and I've been here ever since. And I call this my home. And I feel like I'm a true Minnesotan, except I haven't learned to be Minnesota nice yet. And to paraphrase a very important philosopher from Britain, Michael Philip Taggart, they call him Mick. You can't always get what you want. If you work at it and keep at it, you'll find your dream. And that's the story of my saga of becoming a Minnesotan, almost. Thank you. I have one other item on my bucket list. I'd like to sing a song up on a stage before I die, and I need your help. I want you to please sing with me the refrain, and the refrain is this, and I'll give you a signal for it, but here's the refrain. 7 beers with the wrong woman. Please sing that song.
7 beers with the wrong woman.
Very good. Maestro, please. Oh, one night I walked into a beer joint where lonely souls abide, and standing right there before me, hey, lovely and blonde I spied. She seemed to be smiling right at me, so I moved to her little pink ear. Ah, please, ma'am, lovely lady, won't you join me in a beer? 7 years with the wrong woman. Sat at the table for 2, and the first thing I knew, she whispered, "Honey, boy, I could sure go for you." And my heart beat a little bit quicker as I fondled her sweet little hand. Though I well cried, oh, how she lied. I sure was a foolish young man. 7 years with the wrong woman. She asked me to get up and dance. Around and around the circle. Then I felt for my dough in my pants. I asked her if she had seen it. She just smiled up at me and said, no. And to this day, to me, it's a deep mystery. Oh, I wonder just where did it go? 7 years with the wrong woman. Her husband walked in after that. And as soon as he spied us together, he rushed up and he told me to stop. Then he grabbed me by the seat of my britches, and he surely did jerk up the slack. It was then I got tossed out the door by the boss, and he told me to never come back.
7 beers with the wrong woman.
It left me with only regret. Oh, I guess she was only fooling when she called me her darling and pet. Oh, I wish that the Lord had made Adam and had never made anyone else. And to this day I know that the next place I go, I'll have 14 beers all by myself.
Seven beers with the wrong woman. We sat at a table for 2. I swelled up with pride, but oh boy, how she lied. I sure was a foolish young man.